So welcome to season 7. This is also going to be an amazing journey. ये हम जर्नी शुरू तो कर देंगे, लेकिन इसके गंतव्य स्थल तक कैसे पहुंचेंगे ये हमारे साथ साथ आप पर भी निर्भर है। मैं स्वागत करना चाहता हूं आज जो मेहमान हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं। 12 घंटे का सफर है, तो जितने लोग जुड़े हैं इस सफर में उतना बेहतर है। Lakshman Narasimhan is the Chief Executive Officer of RB. Thank you so much, Lakshman, for being a part of this and inspiring us to keep doing this over and over again. It's really a pleasure to have you on the show. Gaurav Jain, Senior Vice President, South Asia Health for RB, is also with us. Thank you, Gaurav, for being a part of this. Dr. Randeep Guleria, Director of the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, someone who has been extremely regular on NDTV at a time when obviously you've seen how coverage, news has drifted into the oblivion. Dr. Guleria has helped us to keep our focus on this pandemic, on the things that we need to know, on things that you need to know as far as this pandemic is concerned. Thank you very much, Dr. Guleria. Prasoon Joshi, आपने जिन्होंने एंथम लिखी है, वो भी हमारे साथ हैं, हमको बताएंगे अपनी प्रेरणा के बारे में जोशी जी, और आपसे भी हम सुनना चाहेंगे कि आपकी नई रचना अब क्या है और इस कोरोना काल में आपका कैसे चल रहा है. सिद्धार्थ महादेवन, फिल्म कंपोजर एंड प्लेबैक सिंगर. थैंक यू सो मच सिद्धार्थ फॉर जॉइनिंग अस. Somil Shringarpure is an actor and a composer, is also with us. Thank you so much. Just a short moment, we'll be joined in by Mohammad Yunus, founder of Grameen Bank and a Nobel laureate for peace. And Sparsh Shah, the little champion, is also with us. Thank you very much, Sparsh, for joining us. Musical genius and knows how to convey his message through music. Thank you so much. Sarvam Patel is a sand artist who's of course been here on this program. कई बार आ चुके हैं इस कार्यक्रम में, उनका भी बहुत बहुत स्वागत है. So let me hand it over to Dr. Pranoy Roy because I've spoken enough. It's over to you, Dr. Roy.
You've never spoken enough, Sanket. You always make sense, which is most unlike news anchors and journalists. But thanks for that clear introduction. I think I'd just like to add that during the next 12 hours, and I hope all of us will learn a lot because there's a lot of new information with great experts from all over the world. And we've changed our minds and changed our information based on so many things in the last 6 months about COVID and what can stop it. But most of all, I'd like to start with Lakshman Narasimhan. Lakshman, the key point is that over the last 6 years, we've been talking about cleanliness that leads to better health. Now, in the 7th year, that message is so important, it's crucial to survival now. Do you feel that whole message has come to a climax this year? Lakshman, I don't know if you heard that. It's just that what I was mentioning, we've done 6 years of focusing on cleanliness for health, and right now it's more important than ever, isn't it?
Can't hear you, Pranoy. Apologies.
Lakshman, can you hear me? I'll just double check. You're a million miles away.
Try that again. Pranoy, I can't hear you all that well, unfortunately.
About 2 in the morning or something. I just wanted to know, the message of cleanliness is most important this year more than ever, right?
I think, first of all, the need is really large. There are billions of people who are fighting an unknown enemy. At this point in time, without a vaccine or without a treatment that is fully effective, the only thing you have available to you is hygiene. hand hygiene, mask wearing, uh, ensuring you're a safe distance away, protect people who are incredibly in danger. So this is the need is large. Secondly, the need is getting larger. As we as humans collide with the environment even more, we are seeing even more the transference, the possibilities of transference of viruses from the natural world into humans. So the need is just getting. And I think at that moment, I think what we have to do is truly drive information that makes people behave differently. And I think programs like this, over long periods of time, help instill a set of behaviors and make things different. So the need is incredible, even at this moment, and will be so for times to come.
Lakshman, when we spoke with you in April the last time, your family was in America while you were in England with your mother. How have you coped with the pandemic in this interim period?
I think firstly, what I've been through is much smaller than what a lot of other people are going through. I'm the only surviving child, and my mother lives with me, has lived with me for the last 24 years. And so she's been living with me in London. And ever since we went into lockdown, I have essentially managed both the home along with her, but also work. And we've sort of been in lockdown mode, and there's been a lot of Dettol in the house just to make sure that she is safe. I count it as a bit of a blessing. I've had 5 months of an amazing amount of time with her, breakfasts, dinners, which I never did for the last 20 years. So I count it as a blessing. And so she's all right. The family's now here. And, I feel a lot younger as a consequence of that.
Let's go to Gaurav also. Gaurav, you and the company have had a crucial job during this pandemic. As a company that makes sanitizers and soaps and a lot more, it was crucial to keep your operations going. During this time, tell us, what were the biggest challenges that you faced?
Hi, Sanket. I think I must start off first with thanking NDTV and Mr. Bachchan. I think it's a privilege for us as a company to be associated with NDTV and Mr. Bachchan for this cause. I think what we have tried to achieve together the last 6 years, we are very proud of. And we hope to continue this. And as Pranay just said, this has now come to light as what we have been saying for the last, 6 years, is a need of the hour. And that's the only thing that can save you in the absence of a vaccine. So thanks for that. And we'll continue that work. I think the question you asked was the supply chain. I think when the lockdown happened, I don't think any one of us could have imagined the degree of that lockdown and the degree to which it will impact people's lives. And the demand at that time, especially initially, of sanitizers and soaps and things like that was extremely, extremely high. So the first thing is, when the supply chain is broken, because the raw material suppliers, the packing material suppliers, your factories, all of it shut down on March 22nd. And till April 1st, I think we had no activity, and then we tried to get it back on track. I think the first thing that happens in those times is how do you take that cause forward? And to us, it was kind of a national cause, with customers and consumers calling us and telling us their stories of how they need sanitizers and soaps to protect themselves. So a lot of effort went in. I think a lot of teamwork went in. There were a lot of issues on transportation. There's no transportation to carry the workers to the factory. So we had to get our own buses, and you had to get permits for the buses from the local authorities across the country. I think the help that we got from the government and the local authorities was amazing to get that kind of help at that time. Permits, food. When you get the workers to the factory, what will they do? You don't want them to, there's no food available outside. So we had to organize for the halwais and to come in and cook for 1,000 people 3 times a day, to get the vegetables, to get all of it together, to do it in a safe, hygienic manner, all of that, to get our raw materials and packed materials, the factory started. That is another task in itself, because the factory runs on at least 100 other ancillaries that work together to produce that final product, starting warehouses. So all of it was like a mammoth team effort which involved government agencies, involved people, involved local authorities, and we got it done. I think the first 3 months was tough. I can tell you today we are 90% there, that we meet about 90% of the demand. In April, it was like 30% of the demand, and every day since then has been better than the previous
That's very
day.
nice to hear.
And it's amazing what has happened.
That's very nice to hear.
Yeah.
Dr. Randeep Guleria, the director of All India Institute of Medical Sciences, Bachchan Sahab, is also with us. He has, by the way, I would want to tell you, Bachchan Sahab, Dr. Guleria has single-handedly helped not just us, but people in this country to keep the focus on the importance of talking about COVID. क्योंकि अभी क्या है, अभी कोविड फटीग की भी बात होने लगी कि लोग थक गए हैं कोविड से, लेकिन डॉक्टर गुलेरिया लगे हुए हैं कि नहीं, सोचो इसके बारे में।
डॉक्टर गुलेरिया, मैं अमिताभ बच्चन, आप ऑल इंडिया इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मेडिकल साइंसेज से हैं, और जैसे कि अभी हम बता रहे थे और सुन भी रहे थे कि देखिए इसका इलाज जो है ना अभी कहीं निकला नहीं है, और बहुत दूर तक हमें इसमें रिसर्च चल रही है, लोग इसके बारे में लिख रहे हैं, कोई भी ऐसी दवाई नहीं बन पाई है जिससे कि हम कह सकें कि हाँ इसको खाने से या लेने से हम इस बीमारी से हमको मुक्ति मिलेगी। कैसे रहें हम स्वच्छ और कैसे रहें हम स्वस्थ, इसके बारे में तो बहुत सारी बातें भी करनी है हमने, लेकिन ये एक बहुत ही बड़ी समस्या है हमारे सामने। आजकल जो स्थिति है इसके बारे में, जैसा कि अभी कह रहे थे कि आप हमेशा बात करते रहते हैं और आप कह रहे थे कि लोग थक गए हैं बात करते करते, इससे क्या करना चाहिए ऐसी अवस्था में? मास्क तो ठीक है और 2 गज की दूरी भी ठीक है, लेकिन इसके अलावा भी क्या करते रहना चाहिए हमें?
नमस्कार सर, आज गांधी जयंती के दिन पे सबसे पहले तो मैं उन कोविड वॉरियर्स को याद करना चाहूँगा, 500 से ज़्यादा हैं जिन्होंने कोविड की लड़ाई में अपनी जान दे दी। आपने सही कहा कि, और ये प्रोग्राम आई थिंक हाईलाइट्स दैट फैक्ट दैट स्वच्छ and swasth are actually intermingled. If you are hygienic, you will also be healthy. And I think जैसे हम कह रहे हैं कि vaccine we don't have, but what if we don't have a vaccine? We have a vaccine which is what is called non-pharmacological measures. And those non-pharmacological measures actually are 3 broad pillars. You talked of 3 pillars of health, hygiene and environment. I would like to talk of these 3 pillars, which are basically physical distancing, 2 गज की दूरी, regularly wearing a mask जब आप बाहर जाएं, and hand washing. If we have these 3 pillars with us, we can win this battle against COVID-19. And I'll give you examples. There are countries, अगर हम अपने आस पड़ोस के देश को देखें सर, वियतनाम को देखें, ताइवान को देखें, साउथ कोरिया को देखें, जिन लोगों ने ये जो 3 पिलर्स को अडॉप्ट किया है और अपने आप को स्वच्छ रखा है, तो वो स्वस्थ रहे हैं और उन्होंने पैंडेमिक से जीत पाई है। और अगर हम उन कंट्रीज को देखें जिन्होंने इसको अपनाया नहीं है, जिनकी इकोनॉमी बहुत बड़ी है, देयर प्रॉब्ली हेल्थ एक्सपेंडिचर इज मोर देन इवन द इकोनॉमी ऑफ दीज 3 कंट्रीज कंबाइंड, दे आर स्टिल स्ट्रगलिंग विद द पैंडेमिक, एंड आई एम टॉकिंग ऑफ द यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स। सो देयरफॉर सर, मेरा ये मानना है कि इफ ऑल ऑफ अस गेट टुगेदर, गेट ओवर आवर कोविड फटीग एंड री-एनर्जाइज आवरसेल्व्स, that these 3 pillars we have to incorporate in every citizen of our country, we will be able to win this battle against COVID-19. This battle is going to be won by the public, not by doctors or in hospitals. और ये मैसेज बहुत ज़रूरी है कि अगर हम सब इकट्ठे मिलके इन 3 पिलर्स को हम बहुत मजबूत करें, तो कोविड हम एकदम उससे जीत पाएंगे सर। वैक्सीन की हमें ज़रूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगी सर।
जी डॉक्टर साहब, मैं बीच में एक चीज़ कहना चाह रहा था कि आपने बिल्कुल सही कहा कि अभी तक हमारे पास कोई वैक्सीन निकली नहीं है। कई बार हम लोग बात करते हैं डॉक्टर्स वगैरह से और मेडिकल इंस्टीट्यूशन से और पूछते हैं कि भाई साहब ये वैक्सीन कब निकलेगी, कैसे इसका इलाज होगा, कब इसको हम इसको पी सकेंगे या खा सकेंगे। बहुत ही एक महत्वपूर्ण उत्तर मिला मुझे एक दिन। उन्होंने कहा भाई साहब HIV का वैक्सीन निकला है क्या अभी तक? इतने साल हो गए हैं, बहुत सी ऐसी बीमारियां हैं जिनका वैक्सीन नहीं निकल पाया है। उससे उद्धार कैसे पाया है लोगों ने? उससे ये जो आप कह रहे हैं ना, ये जो 3 स्तंभ हैं, मास्क पहने रहना, दूरी बनाए रखना, अपने आप को स्वच्छ रखना, ये बहुत ही आवश्यक हो गए। वैक्सीन पता नहीं आती है कि नहीं आती, हम तो चाहेंगे कि आ जाए, लेकिन अगर नहीं आती तो कैसे बचा जाए उससे? यही 3 चीज़ें हैं जिनसे हमें अपने आप को स्वस्थ रखना होगा।
बिल्कुल सही सर, मैं यही कहना चाहूंगा कि वैक्सीन जो है, जैसे आपने सही कहा, कई लोग यही कह रहे हैं कि वैक्सीन आएगी तो प्रोटेक्शन कितना देगी, हाउ प्रोटेक्टिव विल इट बी, विल वी हैव टू रीवैक्सीनेट आवरसेल्व्स, our population is so big sir, how will we vaccinate every citizen of our population? It is a Herculean task, it will not actually be possible. And then how long will it last? This virus is a clever virus, it will change itself, it will mutate itself, the vaccine efficacy will not be there. Therefore, these three pillars become more and more important if we have to win this battle. Vaccine will help us, but it is not going to be like a magic bullet that it will really finish the pandemic. We ourselves have to become part of this fight against COVID-19. And I think this program highlights that अगर हम स्वच्छ रहेंगे, हम स्वस्थ रहेंगे और कोविड से हम लड़ाई जीत पाएंगे. And there are countries which have shown this. So we have to really take that path, sir.
Yes, I think a lot of questions.
Dr. Guleria, sorry.
No, a lot of questions keep coming up, Pranay. You know, there are certain countries that are nearby us. How come that they are, able to get rid of this, not in the kind of numbers that we are having or the rest of the world is having? So I'm sure that the answer lies in what Dr. Guleria has just been saying. Follow these three practices and hopefully we'll all be happy and healthy.
Yeah, exactly. I must say Dr. Guleria has been an amazing voice of credibility in the last 6 months. Good news, bad news, correct news. When he speaks, you really feel he's not being diplomatic or covering any of the facts. Really, thank you very much for that, Dr. Guleria. And if I can just ask Prasun Joshi a question. Prasun, when we spoke, was it a month or two ago, and I said, would you help us with the whole concept and how would we go about it? You straight away in your mind simplified the whole concept, and now it's come out in this beautiful anthem and this, this feeling of optimism and that we will win this battle. You sort of had it in your mind as usual, Prasun. Give us a background to this, the development of this concept.
Yeah. See, I have been associated with the Swachh Bharat movement with you, and otherwise also Swachh Bharat Ka Irada I wrote earlier, and then Banega Swachh India for you also. So right from the beginning with Reckitt, who has been working very closely and tirelessly on this project, and with NDTV, I've been associated with right from the beginning. And in the beginning, if you remember, we had Banega Swachh India. We had Swachhata as a mission in this country, and we took that forward, and that was the need of the hour. And then we talked about Swasthya. But when we spoke and we talked about what is required today, I think one has to be cognizant of the changes we are going through. We are living in unprecedented times, that is known to everyone. But what does this mean? I think Swasthya, which was at the center of it, you say aap kehte self. It is self-care and Swasthya. People do understand that, but in a very, very, very initial way, when you treat the disease, and that's all about it. But taking care of oneself was not part of it. I think mental health issues, emotional health issues, which have emerged today, have made us realize the true meaning of Swasthya. And when we realize the true meaning of health and Swasthya, then you expand it beyond yourself, and Swachhata and environment also become part of it. People have also realized their relationship with nature and environment needs to be evaluated. I was brought up in Uttarakhand, and for me, it was quite an amazing thing to see people competing with nature. I felt in this country, in our country, we are taught to have a relationship with nature, which is very nurturing relationship, where nature nurtures us. Somewhere we started competing, and one-upmanship with nature came into our nature. That नेचर को, प्रकृति को किसी तरह से जीत के दिखाना है, उस पर विजय प्राप्त करनी है, चाहे वो एडवेंचर के हिसाब से हो, चाहे वो इन्वेंशन के हिसाब से हो. इफ यू सी अ कल्चर, इट हैज ऑलवेज टॉट अस टू बी इन सिंक विद नेचर. उसकी इज्जत करनी है, उसका सम्मान करना है, एंड somehow that needs to be realized, and people have realized that their relationship with nature needs to get redefined. So people today are more in a state to listen to the message which we have been given for so many years. Lakshman is here. We really great to have him here. Gaurav is here, and of course NDTV is working towards this. And Mr. Bachchan, who has inspired us all. I always wonder how he does it. Even after going to a hospital, he comes back, and he's been there. And also, I think Bachchan Saab, you are a symbol. जब तक आप लड़ते रहते हैं, लड़ने की एक जज्बा जिंदा रहता है लोगों में. तो I know you know that, but I just wanted to tell you that right from the beginning you've been part of this, which is great. So, but today when we are giving this message, believe me Pranoy, आप जो कह रहे हैं उसका बहुत ज्यादा मतलब आज है. Today people are more receptive because they are vulnerable. And they are also realizing a lot of things. They are realizing their heroes कौन हैं, उनके essential services क्या हैं, उनकी importance पहले उनको पता नहीं थी. हाइजीन का असली मतलब क्या है, तो जब तक जाके पैर न फटे बिबाई, वो क्या जाने पीर पर आई. ये कहा गया है कि जब तक अपने पैरों में दर्द नहीं होगा, अपने शरीर में दर्द नहीं होगा, तब तक हम शायद मतलब नहीं समझ पाते. तो आज हमारी सिविलाइजेशन, हमारा देश, पूरा विश्व सुन रहा है. और ऐसे समय में आज जो मैंने ये मैसेज लिखा कि स्वास्थ्य, ये मंत्र जो है, ये मंत्र मैंने इसीलिए गढ़ा है कि अपना ध्यान मंत्र महान, देश रहेगा आयुष्मान. मैं इसको दोबारा रिएटरेट करना चाहता हूँ. और इस प्लेटफॉर्म से जहाँ पर आपने देखा कि सिद्धार्थ ने और सौमिल ने, शिवम ने किस तरह से इसको अच्छे से कंपोज किया है, म्यूजिक कॉन्सेप्ट ने इसको आपके सामने प्रस्तुत किया है, सबने साथ आकर जो ये पहल की है, उसका मुझे लगता है एक दूरगामी परिणाम होंगे. और दिस इज द राइट टाइम टू टॉक अबाउट दिस मैसेज बिकॉज वी आर मोर रेडी देन एवर बिफोर टू टेक एक्शंस.
बिल्कुल, प्रसून जी जो बोल रहे हैं, म्यूजिक का, संगीत का अपना एक महत्व है, चाहे वो शास्त्रीय संगीत हो या किसी भी किस्म का संगीत हो, वो कम्युनिकेट करता है. हर तरीके का संगीत वो संदेश को आगे ले जाने में बड़ा कारगर सिद्ध होता है. पुटिंग म्यूजिक टू अ मैसेज लाइक दिस वन, I want to take this to Siddharth Mahadevan and Saumil Shingarpur, who have been the composers who put music to these lyrics, are now also with us. So to the two of you, I mean anyone can go first, how did you feel composing this anthem? Like you understood the sense of responsibility?
First of all, a very good morning to all of you all. I think what you all are doing is absolutely incredible, and it's really a very big honor for us to be here. Coming to your question, I think, as you rightly said, that music is such a powerful tool to communicate any sort of message. And when we got this opportunity, we were truly humbled. And, we knew it was a very, very big responsibility that we had to put together a song. And, I think Saumil...
And we really put our heart and soul in making this song. And we just hope that we've been able to do justice to Prasoon sir's words. And we just hope that this song reaches to more and more people, and we get the chance of making some contribution in this fight against COVID. So, as Siddharth said, we are absolutely humbled and honored to get the chance to, be a part of this project.
Yeah, and kudos to NDTV and Music Concepts, Prasoon sir, all of you all for doing this. I think it's really going to make a difference.
आपने जोशी जी का नाम और जिक्र 2 बार किया, और आपने ये भी पूछने की कोशिश की कि उनको पता नहीं अच्छा लगा या नहीं कि आपका संगीत उनके शब्दों को ढंग से संदेश दे पाया या नहीं. तो प्रसून जी जवाब दे दीजिए.
नहीं, देखिए, जब मैंने मुझे लगा कि सिद्धार्थ को, और सिद्धार्थ के साथ मैंने पहले भी काम किया है, तो मुझे लगा कि उनको और शौमिल को और शिवम को इस पे काम करना चाहिए. तो मैंने यही सोच के ये लगा था कि देखिए, ये लोग एक तो नई जनरेशन के हैं, और मैं जानता हूं कि इनके जो रूट्स हैं वो हमारे देश की आत्मा को समझते हैं। सी म्यूजिकल सिर्फ गाना नहीं होता है, वो आपके अंदर उतरना चाहिए और शब्दों के साथ उसका एक तरह का एक मैरिज होता है। Nobody should be able to tell you whether the words were written first or the tune came first. And I thought these are young people who have great sort of talent and also a certain rawness to what they do. I think they have done a wonderful job. My congratulations to you for doing this.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wow,
Thanks a lot.
brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Perfect message for one another. So I hope you are happy, Somil, as well as Siddharth.
Absolutely.
Music
I think,
has been received well.
It made it very easy for us when we just like to mention that we got the words written by Prasun sir first. I think he had, captured the essence of what needed to be conveyed so beautifully. So it made it extremely easy for us to convey what we wanted to.
But you know what? The message over here is Swasth Mantra. And I think for this to become a movement, everyone has to take the pledge to have a Swasth Mantra. Let me put that to Mr. Lakshman. Mr. Lakshman, what is your health mantra of your life?
Well, we are deeply passionate about protecting, healing, and nurturing in this relentless pursuit of a cleaner and healthier world. You know, I've had an opportunity to go back in history and look at this company, which is almost 200 years old, and look at the records that our board and senior management have had over the last couple of hundreds of years. And what is interesting about it is, you know, be it the Spanish flu, be it the cholera epidemic in Europe in the 1870s, be it maternal sepsis, which is where Dettol came from, or Lysol came during the Spanish flu. I think what you see is this belief, this passion about protecting, healing, and nurturing in this relentless pursuit of a cleaner and healthier world. And that's why I love what you have here today with this notion of environment, hygiene, and health all coming together. Because we have to coexist, we have to live better than where we are in order for us all to have a more fulfilling life. So that is my passion, really, is about protecting, healing, and nurturing in this relentless pursuit of a cleaner and healthier world.
Lakshman, in many ways, this is a pivotal point in history, right? In the sense that we've been talking about this for a long time, but what's going to happen now will change the way we live, our environment, for years to come. And we must be careful not to go backwards and learn from this, learn from a crisis, right?
Absolutely, Prannoy. I think what you're seeing is, I think Dr. Guleria said it very well. The level of receptivity to the message has gone up a lot. We're seeing that in the way people behave. You know, we're in people's homes. We're seeing how they operate. We're seeing how they actually behave outside. Now, obviously, not everyone is doing that. But at the core of this is we individually have to behave differently, and we collectively have to behave differently. And I think the level of sensitivity is going up a lot. And I think you're going to see that this is truly a tipping moment. It's a time where there is going to be a change, where there's recognition of the environment and how we respect it and how we coexist with it. What we do with regard to hygiene along the three pillars that Dr. Guleria talked about around hand hygiene, mask, as well as distancing, as well as how we think about nutrition and health and ensure that we have the right level of immunity, that we take care of our bodies. All that has to coexist. And my hope is, and by the way, we're seeing it in the behavior, that there is in fact a change.
Right. Now I can bring in Gaurav here. Gaurav, I've watched you from day one of this crisis, and I've realized you're a Sardar at heart, man of action, proper Sardar. And you really, but you must admit, this is one of the biggest challenges you've ever faced, but you managed to motivate all your, the people who work with you and associated with you. Only a true Sardar at heart can do that, correct?
I don't know if you mean it very positively, but I would take it as a compliment from you, Dr. Roy. No, I don't need to do anything, frankly. I think what Lakshman talked about, his passion of protecting, healing, and nurturing in the pursuit of a cleaner world. I think that's the passion we have as a company. I think this, to me, when it started, was like a national duty. I mean, you can't believe, Dr. Roy, the kind of letters and emails we got from consumers. Customers is different. Obviously, they were searching for stocks. But the emails that you get from consumers where an old grandmother staying alone in Bombay and she wants Dettol. And when you give that to her through somebody, you send a courier to her and she then calls up my salesman and says, thank you, is amazing. I mean, that feeling of being able to do these things for society and for people at large, and that is what I think motivates us and our people. And I think that's what helped us to get over this. And I must tell you that everybody in this company, our company, is extremely proud of not only what we've achieved in the last 6 months, but extremely proud of what we have done over the last 6 years with you and Mr. Bachchan and people like Prasoon who are always there to help us and all our partners. So I don't need to be the Sardar. I don't need to be anything. I just need to tell my people, sometimes guide them and aid them and take decisions which help them to achieve what we have to. That's all I need to do.
Right. Yeah, just a short while ago, we spoke to Mohammed Yunus. He's the founder, of course, of Grameen Bank, a Nobel laureate for peace, a wonderful, wonderful human being. And he brought in another whole aspect we wanted to ask him about, which he's been talking about, and that's the role of women in this pandemic. Frankly, so much has depended on them because families are in India and around the world are centered around women. Mr. Yunus, you two have spoken about women being a crucial factor in this new world. How do you make sure that they continue to lead us and lead the way into a better world?
We learned it by our experience in Grameen Bank in Bangladesh. We focused on women. Even today, after 42 years of Grameen Bank, 97% of our borrowers, we have over 9 million borrowers in Grameen Bank, 97% are women in the villages, illiterate women, never left their village in their lifetime. But they are good entrepreneurs. They bet their life to make sure that family conditions improves and so on. So they see the facility and that it impacts on the children. That's another one. You're transporting it all to the second generation. Both boys and girls learn the thing that you can do yourself. You don't have to wait in line for a job. You can be entrepreneur by yourself. You're like your mother, a illiterate mother who never went to school, never went to business school to learn how to run a business. So women is the key. Once you unleash the energy inside the women, creativity of the women, it touches the entire family, particularly the second generation, and then she bets her life to make sure that her life is better than ever before.
You know, this is so important. We see that we haven't and we still are not treating our women in India as our leaders, which we should do. So how do we make sure, on the contrary, we don't respect them enough at all? So how do we make sure that women in our countries lead us into the next generation?
Yes, indeed. Look at the families. Families will take the children, the boys to go to school, leaving the girls because you're waiting to get married. See, discrimination begins right there. She knows that brother has all the facilities, all the attention of the family. She doesn't have that attention. She's ignored. But she has the same capability, I mean, even more capability than brother herself, her brother. So, but she never gets an opportunity. Given opportunity, she wants to compete. She wants to show that, make sure that it's done. She has taken a big challenge and make that happen. So this is one thing that we have kept completely untouched. Like we have left the micro-entrepreneur sector completely untouched. Within micro-entrepreneur sector, we kept women absolutely remaining away from everything.
I first met Sparsh 2 years ago, and on that occasion he fulfilled one of his many dreams, to perform in front of an audience of 1 billion people. Born with a brittle bone disorder, the now 17-year-old Sparsh, who is a rapper, singer, songwriter, motivational speaker, would rather talk to you about his passion for music than the 140 plus fractures, 140 plus fractures he has suffered in his life. And so here he is, ladies and gentlemen, singing Vaishnava Janto, Sparsha.
वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे पर दुखे उपकार करे तो ये मन अभिमान नाणे रे वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे सकड़ लोक मां सहुने वंदे निंदा न करे के नीरे सकड़ लोक मां सहुने वंदे निंदा न करे के नीरे वाच काछ मन निश्चल राखे धन धन जननी तेनी रे वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराये जाने रे
Brilliant. Fantastic, Sparsh, fantastic. I mean, this is so motivating, Sparsh. You know, I've heard your TED Talks, I've heard your videos. The manner in which you have this steely resolve and you laugh off your worries in such a way, it's so inspiring, Sparsh. I can't tell you how inspiring it is. I mean, whether it is a 70 plus years young Amitabh Bachchan, or a 38 years old Sanket Upadhyay, it's motivating what you're doing. I want to know from you, is there something you could tell other 17-year-olds who are watching this show about changing behaviors, staying healthy, being hygienic, caring for our environment? What would you say?
Yeah, definitely. I think the number one thing I would just tell people, and this is not just for people my age, but for people of all ages, is do your own research. And I say that because so many times we believe what other people tell us without actually verifying whether it's true or not, right? And I'm not just talking about WhatsApp hoaxes. But this is especially true with my generation. I mean, I know that so many times we, especially when we are teenagers, we refuse to believe what our elders tell us until we see it, until we experience it. And then sometimes often the opposite happens as well. Sometimes we get dismissed by our elders because we lack experience. But you don't need experience to gain knowledge, right? So my only encouragement is just, regardless of who you are, how old you are, do your own research, find credible, trustworthy sources like this telethon, and learn what they have to say about the coronavirus, about keeping healthy and keeping hygienic. Because doing so is not only going to tell us what habits and guidelines to follow, but it'll also tell us why they work. And that is what I think will motivate people to change their approaches about COVID-19. If they understand why they have to do what they have to do.
That's very important, Bachchan sir.
Yeah.
The fact that you can't just tell people do this. Explain the reason. I mean, this is a life mantra.
Absolutely.
You try it out on children and you will know. I mean, you can't tell them.
नई चीजें मिल रही हैं सीखने को।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
उन्होंने कहा कि डू योर ओन रिसर्च।
Yeah.
बहुत से कम लोग ऐसे होते हैं जो अपने आप के बारे में सोचते हैं, क्या खूबियां हैं, क्या कमियां हैं, फिर उसको ठीक तरह से किस तरह व्यक्त करना और उसके ऊपर उसका उद्धार करना। Very important.
Absolutely.
Really.
Sparsh, thank you so much. Keep going, and if we had time, I would have loved to listen to your rap because it's amazing how you do it. That was a fantastic video, Sparsh. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank
and before I go, I just wanted to say thank you so much, Bachchan sir, for helping me fulfill that dream. And I just wanted to say कि आपको दोबारा मिलने से हम बहुत खुशी है. So thank you for bringing me here. Thank you, everyone, and to all the NDTV crew.
Thank you.
I think a round of applause. Thank you so much, Sparsh. It's an honor talking to you. All right, so just to recap, as we have finished 1 hour of our 12-hour marathon telethon, Bachchan Saab, 1 hour is done. And I'm sure you're looking forward to the rest of the 11.
Most certainly, 11 घंटे और
You're watching Banega Swasth India Season 7. As we slip into a quick break, watch what Sarvam Patel can do with just a little bit of sand. Sarvam Patel for you.
चेहरे पर मास्क हो, साफ हमारे हाथ हों, 2 गज दूर रहें मगर लक्ष्य में हम साथ हों, स्वच्छ रहें, स्वस्थ रहें, स्वच्छता इकलौता मंत्र, स्वस्थ रहेगा लोकतंत्र, दूरी का भी लें सहारा, जीवन है अनमोल हमारा, स्वच्छ रहें, स्वस्थ रहें, स्वास्थ्य से बढ़कर मीत नहीं, बस कुछ बातों का ख्याल, देश समाज सब खुशहाल, स्वच्छ रहें, स्वस्थ रहें,